Hello, guys. Thank you for watching again. I was told by a friend that I should read over the text that is written underneath because it sometimes states itself wrong. So forgive me about that. I'll make a better work with this in the future. And also, another friend told me that the resolution isn't good enough. I'm going to work on that as well. But for now, that's enough. You can listen to me and then you see that it's written wrong or whatever. We are all human. That's what we're here for. To just be a bit more lighter about making mistakes and being okay with that as well, right? Speaking about stamina today, so this CO2 stairs exercise that I showed you is just a playful manner to get into the CO2 tolerance and getting the lungs to be okay with that, getting your emotions to be okay with an increase of CO2, getting your brain into dealing with a lack of oxygen. Why is a lack of oxygen good for us? Because the less oxygen we take in, the less air we take in, the more CO2 is being produced in our lungs. And like that, we have more molecules that are capable to take the oxygen into our blood and muscles. What you want to achieve as an athlete is that during your periods of rest, you take less oxygen into your body by choosing not to overbreathe. So I've been sick the past couple of days, and I've chosen to make a lot of mistakes. I've eaten wrong, I have eaten at wrong times, I have not been doing my breathing exercises, and because I've taken these human choices, I've been mouth breathing, which has created more anxiety. And you know what? I like to do things this way sometimes instead of just being perfect and always trying to get better and better and better. Because sometimes when we have this tendency of looking to become better and better and better, life is a long journey. And if I think about stamina, I'm not just speaking about becoming better during your race or during your med training or your fight or the competition that you're now preparing yourself for. When I speak about stamina, I speak about the long run of things. And perfectionism can be a bitch. And I need to be able to trust myself that even if I'm mouth breathing, eating wrong, eating at wrong times, not doing everything that I should be doing to be in my perfect shape, I'm still going to be capable to function well. And I'm good enough, or I've put enough work in that my body's going to jump back on track. And for me, that's just about having the highest CO2 tolerance and being perfect at everything and telling you exactly how the chemistry of blah functions and making thousands of exams and scientific proofs of how muscles grow, having my perfect whatever. Great for everyone who's capable to do that on a long term without being a bad partner, a bad friend, a bad son, a bad daughter, whatever. But I'm looking for something that is a human experience and a human, mentally socially healthy, emotionally healthy, capable to make things wrong and still keep up in the game without punishing someone else for not being better. Okay? So that's a lot of philosophical shit, but it matters because a lot of people that work a lot with stamina, like runners and BJJ, fighting is also stamina athletic sport. We pretend as if all these other sides of being sick, eating wrong, not sleeping enough are a big mistake, but it makes us human. And being human is way more important for peak performance than following a plan. Give me a second. I need to change my clothes because it's super hot in here. I'll be back in a second. And let's hope that this continues to transcribe. Make sure that whatever you do with your lungs and whatever you train for when it comes to everything that I show you, probably also good if you do that with other people that teach you anything. We all, me too, we have to have a bit more fun, guys. It's fun, pleasure of being alive, the gratitude of being alive with every breath, accepting that things aren't always as easy, and not following only a plan. I'm saying this because the oxygen advantage knowledge and all the things that we can do with the CO2 is going to be tough. And for you to improve your CO2 tolerance, you'll have to make these breathing exercises in and outside of your training. And I want you to be capable to do this for a very long time, best case, your whole life. So in order for you to be capable to implement this type of breath work into your life on a daily basis, on a weekly basis, on a yearly basis, it needs to feel pleasurable. And I love to be independent. I love to do what I want. I want to give you the knowledge where you can also be independent, where you can do what you want, where you can, independent of me, that you understood the science and the chemistry of breath to a certain degree with the knowledge that I choose to give you. There's so much more. But if you stick to this, what I'm going to show you in the next couple of videos, it will change your life to the better. Nevertheless, it's the long run thing. It's not something that you only want to do in your 30s or in your 20s or in your 40s. Something that I want you to be happier because of these videos when you're 60. And this is why I speak so much, because I want to remind you of things that most of the people that just give you exercises won't remind you of. So getting back to everything that I said, implement CO2 training into your daily routines, meaning hold your breath. Now, we did this sitting, the stairs of holding your breath for 5 seconds, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. If you haven't watched the video, it's the CO2 stairs. You can go and watch it again. But then you can also do that whilst you walk. You can also do that whilst you run. You can also do that whilst you're walking up the stairs, whilst you're walking down the stairs, whilst you're cycling. You can implement holding your breath after exhalation. Every now and then, nothing can happen. It will feel like shit because CO2 is building and because you're not tolerant towards CO2. If you implement these breath holds outside of your training, your body is going to get used to the increase of CO2, which means that as soon as you're back in your training, it's going to feel way easier. And that's the goal. I want you to feel better. I want you to feel ease. I want you to realize, oh my God, it's actually possible to breathe through the mouth whilst I'm rolling. And it is. One of the reasons why, even though whilst I was a white belt and I love Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, one of the reasons that most higher belts were confused about me is because I could deal with my breath so well. So there's something off with her because she can stay at peace even though I'm trying to strangulate her. Or. Because I know how to lead and control my mind through difficulties. And that's only possible because this brings me joy. Joy, performance, stamina, long term. What's the matter in being really good at having stamina in your sport and then being an asshole of a father? Or an asshole of a girlfriend? Or an asshole of, it doesn't make any sense. So implement that CO2 training because it also helps you to be emotionally more, not mature, maybe it also, but especially emotionally more available and more resilient because the brain and the breath works together. Yeah, okay. Next video is going to be an exercise. Love you lots, everyone.